From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is a tropical weather update.
Fred Gossage here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center on this Thursday, August 7th, 2025, with your daily regularly scheduled tropical weather update. And we still have several things to talk about in the Atlantic Basin. First off, Dexter's still out in the open Atlantic, but it has merged with a jet stream and transitioned from a tropical system to what we call an extratropical system, meaning it's just a regular low pressure now tied up with the jet stream winds and frontal boundary, so it's no longer a tropical storm, but the low pressure will be moving northeastward over the next few days toward Western Europe as we head into early next week. Here's the track on Dexter this afternoon. You see it's a remnant tropical circulation now, just a regular low pressure, still with maximum sustained winds of 60 miles per hour, however, moving northeast at 17 miles per hour. That will continue northeastward through the weekend, headed toward Western Europe as we head into the early to middle part of next week. This will be no impact to the United States. We do have a couple more disturbances that we're watching. We have one off the east coast of the United States here that is decreasing its potential of becoming a tropical system. That percentage is down to 20%. I think that's going to drop further. The next system we're watching is our tropical wave that rolled off the African coast earlier this week. It's moving out into the central Atlantic. That still has a 60% chance of developing into the next tropical depression or possibly Tropical Storm Aaron, and we have another system we'll have to watch behind that one that's not highlighted yet, but is on over Western Africa that will move off the coast over the next few days. We'll talk about all that here in just a moment. First off, we'll check out Tropical Satellite here with our disturbance over the eastern seaboard here and off the southeast coast, and you can see just not a whole lot to this. Some scattered thunderstorms here. You do see a little bit of a low pressure circulation, but nothing trying to organize. So I don't think this one is going to develop into anything. I haven't been thinking it has good chances of doing that. So that one's kind of dwindling in potential. Here's this system that's getting some of the attention over the central Atlantic. You do see a low pressure circulation with this. It's still an open wave at the surface as of what we see now. Thunderstorm is not quite organizing around it yet, but over the next few days, it may continue its potential to develop into a tropical depression. And then as we slide over to Western Africa, the next disturbance here hasn't moved offshore yet, but this is the one that's been getting the attention in the extended range model data. It looks to move off the west coast of Africa into the eastern Atlantic the next few days. It may track at a lower latitude, which at least opens the door for it to track more westward across the Atlantic Basin. But that thing is still a good 2 or so weeks out from potentially having any chance of making a run at the United States. If it even does, there's a very real chance that if it does develop, it could recurve in the open waters as well before it ever reaches the United States. It's still over Africa. It won't develop for several more days. There's no reason to be worried about either of these disturbances yet. They're way out there so far to the east of the United States. Plenty of time to watch both of them, so don't get caught up in the social media hype. Don't get caught up in the model runs that look scary out in extended range, because between June and November, you can always find a computer model run that shows a scary hurricane out in the extended range. That's just the reality of it. They hardly ever verify when you look at them out in extended range. Could something happen with one or both of these waves? Certainly. Could the second one out here eventually be a U.S. landfall threat toward the middle to latter part of the month? Certainly it could, but it's too far out to be worried about it. We'll continue to track it in the days ahead, and should it get out there into the central Atlantic and develop and then start to show that it is going to be a U.S. threat, we will certainly let you know plenty ahead of time. But remember, it's not our job to be first. It's our job to be as accurate as possible while still giving you time to prepare, without scaring you, without doing the hype, without doing all the clickbait. So we'll watch it carefully, but no reason to be worried. If you're on the coastline, the southeast coast, the Gulf Coast, those type of things, it's always the right thing to do to be prepared for the hurricane season this time of year, regardless of any tropical system individually that we're tracking. It's the right thing to do to be prepared every single season, and then we'll get through it together as we continue to watch these waves roll off the African coast. Our next scheduled update will be Friday, tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Central Time.